It's that time again. It's party time. So let's transform our mind. Let's get our minds right. That's what it's all about. It's not about getting, it's about being. The end of having is being. You must be the person. Unless you believe I am he, you shall die in your sins. Unless you believe you are the person, you should never realize your desire. It's always according to your faith. Be it done unto you. It's all about faith. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Key. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's always according to your faith. Your faith, not anyone else's. It is your faith that makes you whole. It's how you use your mind to create your reality. It's what you believe about you. It's what you assume about your world. Remember, you're the only thinker. Good morning, May. Good morning. How are you? And you don't need no signs. You don't need anything other than your belief in yourself, your inner conversation, your inner dialogue. How do you talk to yourself? All right? You're always meditating. You're always affirming. All right? You're always doing it. All right? You're always doing it. There are some deeper, ways to meditate, right? You can have a deeper awareness of meditation, but you're always meditating because you're always communicating with yourself, right? That is what meditation is. It's about communicating with the greater part of you. So anytime you're having a conversation within yourself, that's your meditation, right? Because those are the gifts we were given. Mind and speech, something no other creature upon earth was given. No other creature on heaven, under heaven, or on this plane was given mind and speech. We are the only ones given this ability to think. All the creatures are instinctual creatures, right? They move out of instinct. We think that our habits are unbreakable. But no, every habit is breakable. Every thought is changeable. So you just got to ask yourself, what do you want? What is it that you desire? And know that it is the greater part of you, the I am, that which man calls God, gave you the desire. And since God, the greater part of you, the I am, your mind, your consciousness, gave you the desire, it knows how to fulfill it. Hello, Afrocentric. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It knows exactly how to fulfill your desire. So that's why you don't even have to worry about it. You just have to remain faithful to it. See yourself with it. You can talk to yourself. You can visualize. You can act it out. Whatever you need to do to convince yourself that the thing you're asking for, the thing you desire, already belongs to you. Hello, El Glaze. Hello, Cynthia. Welcome, welcome. You can't see my face? Okay, you can? Okay. Okay. So that's just on L glazing. So everyone else can see my face? Can you see my face now? Can you see it now? When I do that, can you see it? Are you still able to see my face? Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. See, I know I didn't have cool, 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 cool. So it will always be 4 steps to manifesting. It'll always be the same 4 steps, regardless if you're aware of the 4 steps or not. You always decide, you always give thanks, whether you audibly say it or it's an inward knowing. Your inward satisfaction that the thing you desire already belongs to you is your thanksgiving, right? The moment you have that relaxed state of knowing, that's your way of saying thank you, right? And then you believe it, you maintain it, you remain faithful to it. Right? And then number 4, you do nothing to make it so. Why? Because it's already so. It will show up, just as Neville will say, as day follows the night, your results shall follow your belief always. Hello, Sheila. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Alexa. Why are we getting tired? Why are we getting tired, Alexa? Hello, A-Town. Great morning, multimillionaires, kings and queens. Yes, good morning, April. Oh, your screen auto-corrected? Okay. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But why are we tired? Why are we not enjoying the present moment? Okay, so Alexa, are we maintaining and meditating on the truth without needing anything to change, anything outwardly, right? And no, healing can come from all different avenues. We don't want to say healing has to look a certain way or has to come from a certain way, right? We want to know healing can come through, medication and doctors. That is an avenue, right? Can come through, medication and doctors. That is an avenue, right? Avenue, or if you want the body to do a self-healing, right? But you know that everything is connected. There is nothing outside of you. Everything is you. So even if you go the way of doctors and medication, there is no wrongness in it unless you find wrongness there, right? So remember, it's your world and you get to decide how you're going to experience it, right? Hello, buddy. Welcome. So remember, you told me to learn the laws of the universe. So the law of exchange, does that have to be money or can it be info? Well, I never talked about the law of exchange. That's not something I've ever talked about, because I know you freely give, you freely receive. That we have made this world transactional when I believe the world is unconditional. So however someone wants to bless you, however someone wants to inform you, yes. Remember, who are you exchanging with if everyone is you? If everyone is you. So anything that comes to you, even though it comes through someone that may appear to be other than you, it's still coming through one mind, one consciousness, right? So you have to see the gift and the giver as one. They're not separate. So anything that I give is really coming, anything I give or get is all coming from the one source, the one mind, the one consciousness, right? Said, I'm not saying that loud enough, Jake. I'm not saying that loud enough. The laws of the universe is the law of mind. That's the only law I talk about. The law of mind is the law of belief, right? It is always done unto you as you believe. Now we can say that, we can package that differently, and we can say the law of sowing and reaping, right? What you give, you receive, right? We can say that that's the only other law I would, or the law of forgiveness or the law of repentance, but it still always goes back to the fundamental law. Everything is done unto you as you believe. It's always your thoughts about it, your assumptions about that. Say, I needed that bar. When I was interesting, the only law of life that I refer to is the law of belief, the law of assumption. So when you say that I told you to learn the laws, what laws are you referring to? Specifically, what did I say? What law did I say? Repeat back to me what I said. Because it was, when I talked about the laws of the universe, you're gonna have to go about 4 or 5 years when I first started law of attraction, right? And so I have since moved past law of attraction to law of assumption. Now, if you may go back and find some old videos on YouTube where I talked about the laws of the universe. When I first came into the knowledge of mind, this awareness, and when I was studying and getting to know and getting to understand how this thing we call life operates, right? I've since, those who have been following me here on this TikTok, on this clock app, the only law I refer to is the law of mind, the law of assumption, the law of belief, that your faith is your fortune, that it's according to how you think about a thing, you will experience that thing. Say hi. Hey, Anshi, you said hi, and say, how do you deal with negative thoughts to prevent self-sabotage? Well, the way you deal with negative thoughts is to not judge them as negative thoughts, to only say that they're habitual, right? To only say them as being habitual, not to judge them, not to condemn them, not to feel regret or remorse. Recognize they're only there out of habit, out of familiarity, and now you're going to decide to think differently. You really just tell when you notice that these old thoughts are coming up and they no longer serve you. You only want to talk to yourself and tell yourself that the thing that you no longer think that way. It really is that simple to say, oh, I don't think that way anymore. Let me create a new thought. Let me choose a different thought. Just be aware that you're not judging it, because when you judge it, you justify it. And justification affirms the thing you don't want to keep experiencing. So your justification gives you an excuse to continue to think that way. Hey, Affirmations, happy Monday. Oh, that simply isn't true. You're not talking about me, buddy. I don't drink wine on But let's move past that. So, okay, you learned the laws of the universe. How are you applying it to your experience? Let's move past what you think you thought I said. Let's move past that. We're going to move past that. Because to me, that's neither here nor there. It's what am I saying now that's only matters. What am I saying in this moment now? Yes, hey, Lyric, you said, so can I give an example of what I mean by judging it? So I noticed that many of those that come into the chat, when they say that they were triggered, or that they had intrusive thoughts, or they had a downward spiral, or calling the thoughts negative. Whenever you're speaking and using those terms, that's you judging it. You're basically beating yourself up for having a thought that's a habit, right? Yes, we can say they're negative. Okay, we got that under control. We know that these thoughts no longer serve you. They bring about experiences you no longer want to have. Where instead of to label it as wrong or right, good or bad, positive or negative, just recognize they no longer serve you. You're going to choose not to think that way and decide how you want to think now. Because it's your attention to it and your analyzing and justification of it allows you to keep doing it, because you find you give yourself an excuse. Like, oh man, so every time you do it, you're going to, instead of changing it, you're going to say, oh, I was triggered, or I went on a downward spiral, or you don't give yourself grace because you start to complain about the thought that you were having. There's no reason to complain about it. There's no reason to justify it. The only thing you need to do is just decide to change it. And that's it. That keeps you from identifying with it. Hey, Red Mama Yeti. So I find myself saying, I'm trying, nor do I want to say it right. Hey, Sierra. Right, you want to say it's already done. The infinite mind that gave you the desire knows how to fulfill it. The greater part of you, right? The greater part of you, that which created the body, that works the body, knows how to bring forth. The one that the mind that gave this plane, that created this planet, right, knows how to bring your desire into fruition. Remember, because the works are finished. It's already done. You're only required to believe that it's already so. That's your only work. See, we moved past it. It don't even exist. Right. Yeah. Hey, Allah. You said, oi. Hey, let me be frank. Say running programs as reactions instead of using awareness and distancing before reacting. Yep. Ooh, say I got like 3 different mini manifestations in the 3D last night that I actually envisioned. Oh, yes, almost like the imagination. Say, oh, you brought it up because that was one of your questions. Okay, okay. Oh, thank you, thank you. So I was hello, LH. I was manifesting him being with me, but I just found out he's with someone else. I don't get it. Well, are you going to accept what you see in the 3D, or you're going to accept what you were imagining? Oh, really, Jake? No, you didn't tell me that you manifested a Valentine. All right, all right. Everybody doing their manifestations. Lyric and Jake. All right.
Wow! Wow!
That is amazing. Oh, okay. Not you got 127 questions for me. You're funny. You're funny, buddy. You're funny. You say that's the part you're struggling with? So when you're thinking about you guys being back together, how were you thinking about it? Like, what was your thought process regarding manifesting the relationship? Were you coming from a place of faith, or were you coming from a place of doubt? Because remember, everything happens to you according to your belief about it. It's always according to how you were thinking about the relationship. So were you seeing yourself as already being in this lovely committed relationship? Did you change your self-concept? Because that is so important when it comes to anything you're desiring to manifest. It's what you think about you is what you will experience. And too many times, especially when it comes to these SPs, a lot of you are putting the power on the SP as opposed to knowing that the power lies within you. Hey, Queen, welcome. Oh, okay. Okay, buddy. I'm here for it. I'm sure it'll be very engaging. Aren't all unwanted circumstances caused by us focusing on them? Yes. And then sometimes unwanted circumstances come from what? Beliefs that crept in unaware. Some things you gave a response to and you didn't even realize it, right? You know, we have our attention all over the place, right? From the different social media things that we see, movies, television, conversations with ourselves, with our loved ones, with our friends, with our co-workers. And sometimes we don't even realize that we gave energy or attention to something we don't want to experience, right? We had conversations, what some people may call gossiping, right? Where we're talking about someone's experience from a perspective of judgment and didn't even realize we were doing it. But here's the great thing about this law of mind. The law of mind is merciful. You get to change it. You get to repent. You get to have a radical change of mind. You get to have a radical change of mind. Right? Okay, hold on. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. Y'all still here? I had to clean my nose. So I am at the unfazed part of my SP journey. I do not care what he does and does not, because I know he's always going to be there. Yes. So I imagine us being married, being in our forever home, being happy together, having companionship. Okay. Right. Don't think anything is wrong, Jasmine. Right. Hope for the, yes. Believe all is well. Okay, so now you have the fear and anxiety. Now you have the fear and anxiety. That wasn't something that you were contemplating. Because here's the thing. Things don't happen they just don't happen. Things always show up as a result of our beliefs, never for any other reason. They always show up as a result. We're always the cause of everything that happens in our reality. And because we're not ready to take full accountability for that, it's difficult for us to transform the reality because we think things just happen by accident or coincidence, or that the people in our lives are operating out of from their own place, when actually everyone in your world is responding to you. Everything is infinite response to you. So it's what you believe to be true, you're going to experience. So I would question if the fear and anxiety came after the experience, after the manifestation. It may be heightened. It may be, it may have the fear and anxiety expanded. So I got this one thought popping up back to back that he's having a baby in the hospital now. So wait a minute. So when we're manifesting these SPs, like, what is our mindset regarding these SPs? Are we like trying to see what they have going on? Are we like, checking their every movement, and based on what they do, that decides how we feel? Because then that's giving power to the circumstances and to things outside of you. Like, do we recognize we're actually creating the situations we don't want to be experiencing based on our thoughts about them? See, your actions are telling you what you really believe to be true. It's your responses to life that tell you what you really believe, because you act. Your behaviors are based on your beliefs. So it sounds like when it comes to these SPs, we move in fear and doubt. We don't move in faith. Because if you knew that they actually were with you, you could care less of what they're doing day to day. You would not need to be checking their social media. You would not need to be looking at your phone trying to see if they're going to call you, if they texted you. That's not moving in faith. That's moving in doubt. And so you're getting exactly what you believe you can have, which is you're getting the opposite thing you want to experience. Yes, don't be a pushover. Don't let everything define you or label you. Yep, because your belief is your truth. Yep. Yes, but you wouldn't even have to do breath work if you would stop trying to look and see if what you believe is true. You're looking for signs to determine whether or not the thing you asked for already belongs to you. No sign will be given you. Guess what you're going to find? Exactly what you've been finding. Things that tell you that this isn't real, that they really don't want you. They really don't want to be with you. You're making it be about them as opposed to making it be about you. Yep. Yep. Hey, twice X star. Yep. Yep. You have to love you first. That's the self-concept that needs to change. You all don't see that you're the prize. You don't see that you're the bomb.com, as Tamar used to say, that you all that in a bag of chips, that you're not the side. You're not the side. You're not the coleslaw. You're the main dish. And that's all they want is you. They not looking for you're the size, you're the main dish, you're the dessert, you're the appetizer, you're the 7-course meal. But you trying to be the side piece. You are playing the side person as opposed to recognizing you're the full course meal. But that's what self-concept is so important. You got to know who you are. You all are allowing your line of relationship to define you. Yes, being a little curious for the sake of being curious is okay, but yeah, don't use that for validation. Exactly. We have the power in us. Hey, Vanessa, Grand Rising. I never take anything. It's probably because on the pic he sent to my phone and I seen something in the background. Okay. So why do you label everything they do? Yeah, love doesn't fear. It does not fear. I am the success story and the validation. I have my moments, but no, I am my own validation. Absolutely. Fall in love with you and everything in your world will show up how you want it. That's it. That's it. LA, so you say ignore the fact that he's with someone and pretend he's with me. And no, this is what you do. You put all the focus on you. We not gonna make it about him. You still making it about him. Can you make it about you? What is it that you want? Let's put the focus on LH. Let's fall in love with LH. Let's figure out what LH got going on. What is making LH happy? How does LH feel complete, whole, love, and wanted without needing validation from the SP? Can LH do that? Can LH fall in love with LH and spend time with LH and see how LH is got everything going on, and the SP got to try to figure out what you got going on. The SP got to try to catch up with you. Like you said, manifesting SP is messy. Just move on. Because it's about self-concept and y'all making it be about this other person. And this messy, just move on. Because it's about self-concept and y'all making it be about this other person. And this is not what this law of assumption is about. But I see why a lot of these coaches make some good money on this SP thing, because, man, y'all will not just love you. You want to just focus on the other person. When this is about self-transformation. This is about self-validation. This is about self-love. Self-love. Loving you. Because when you love you, then the right person shows up to love you. You ain't gonna have to chase nobody. You ain't gonna try to get nobody to be with you. You ain't gonna try to convince yourself that somebody wants to be with you. You're not gonna have to do all these mental gymnastics trying to make someone see you and know that you're worthy of a relationship. You gotta know that yourself. Yeah, emphasis on so people show people what they want them to see. So I feel like there needs to be a crash course of manifesting SP with social media, because Neville didn't have social media access, if that makes sense. Because it's not about, because the manifesting the SP is not about the other person. It's not about the other person. But that's why you all get twisted up, because you make it be about the other person. It's about you and about who you see yourself as. Not how they see you, but how do you see you. It's not about them. That's why you have difficulty in manifesting an SP, because you make it about them instead of making it about you. Yep, you got to love you first. Yep, it's when you change your concept of self that everyone else falls in line. That's it. Right. That song, Thank You for Covering Me. Yeah, Yeah, that's an interesting song. I had never even heard of it before, buddy. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, once you move on and live your best life, the SP always, and I mean always, tries to come back. Always. But then you end up finding that you don't even want them because you're a different person. Especially if they're the same person and you've grown and you have become the person that truly loves you. You end up finding you don't even have nothing in common with that person unless that person has truly changed. Because now it's the new version of you. You've expanded in consciousness. You've decided to know your own worth. Right, the greatest love. The greatest love. The greatest love of all. Yes, everything is easy when you put the focus when you put the focus on you. The SP desire is fine, but bro, people always overcomplicating it. Everything is fine because everything is about you. Let's not make like the SP is different from desiring money, or the SP is different from desiring success or health or whatever it is you're desiring. We're not going to say that SP is its own little, has its own little thing and then everything else is no. Everything you want is based on your self-concept of yourself. Everything has to do with your relationship with you to you. Everything. You have to see that you prosper in all areas of your life, but you want to compartmentalize different aspects of yourself, and you want to say, well, this is easy, this is hard, this is complicated, this is that you want to separate and segregate and compartmentalize everything. Thank you. Glad to see you too, Twice X Star. Need to understand we are the greatest expression. Love. We are it. Yep. Yep, the greatest love of all. The process is so simple. Be the person who has what you want. That's it. Be the person who has what you want. No, Neville was still married, but he had been long separated. No, Neville's second wife was not with anyone. He said the moment he saw her, he knew that was going to be his wife, but he was still married. But he had long been separated. His first wife was refusing to give him a divorce. And then when he finally found someone that he wanted to marry, that's when he started envisioning he was married with her, and then things happened where the first wife eventually gave him his divorce. Start thinking that anyone would be happy to be with you. I am the prize. Anyone's a dream person. So my self-concept has allowed me to love myself for the first time in my life, but it's only been recently. That's okay. It doesn't matter as long as that's what's happening. As long as you're embodying that state of loving yourself. So when you're self-aware, everything changes and you see things differently. Yep. Neville was married in law in New York, wouldn't allow divorce. They were separated. So it's about transforming your mind. Yeah, the stuff is good, but the happiness is so much better. That's it. That's it. And a lot of us have to find out that after we get the stuff and then we find out that the stuff isn't as fulfilling as we thought it was. That the stuff is much more fulfilling when you recognize that you're the cause for the stuff. That the stuff isn't what makes you happy. That it's because you're happy that the stuff is much more enjoyable, right? You have many people that have a lot of money and and can buy anything in the world, yet are some of the most miserable people because they don't know who they are. They don't have self-validation. They think that the money is what validates them. And that's okay because it's only for the experience, right? The more you experience life, the more you get clarification about life. That's why we have to recognize there is no wrongness in these experiences. These experiences only are supposed to bring clarity. It's only supposed to make you think about what you truly want in life. Right? And not to beat yourself up, but to give yourself grace. Had you not had the experience, you may not even know. But now that you've had the experience, now you have greater clarity. So I know my worth and what I bring to the table. I'm just, okay, so that's contradictory, LH. How are we self-love, but then find that we're lonely? How are you lonely when you're truly enjoying you? When you're truly loving you and enjoying you, there's no room for loneliness. See, now you're thinking you're still in a state of lack. Love does not know lack. Love only knows fulfillment. It fulfills all. That is the fulfilling of the law, is love. Love makes everything full. Yeah, that's why when you focus on yourself, people will come back, friends and relationships. I've had people search for me through other people or through lost contact. Yep. Yep. What are you doing now that you have this SP? No, he did not desire someone else's wife. No, he did not. He did not desire someone else's wife. Oh, the right division. Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision, make it plain. Yes, 2 is Habakkuk 2:2 through 3. But you can look it up, buddy. You got a phone. You can look it up and you can get it in the English Standard Version. You don't have to read it in the King James Version. We're gonna go to the I'm gonna read it in the English Standard Version. There's a website called Bible Gateway, and they have like 20 different translations of scriptures. So I'm going to read the English Standard Version. It says, "Then the Lord replied, write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets so that a herald may run with it." I don't like that. I don't like that interpretation. See, that's why I be liking some of these other translations, because they be losing the essence of it. Let me. Okay. King James Version. "And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." So I can just take out the the ETH, right? And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So they use tarry twice, right? So though it may appear to delay, you wait for it. You persist in it. You be patient about it. Because what? It shall surely come. It is never late. Why? Because there is no time in consciousness. Now, the tables that you're to write upon are the heart. It's the heart. That's the table, the subconscious mind. It's not telling you to go get a pen and paper and write it down. The Bible's never talking about anything outwardly. The Bible's always talking about what you do inwardly. Now, can you use pen and paper? Because to you, that makes it seem more real to script it and journal it out. Have your way. Do what makes you feel comfortable. But when the scripture is telling you something, it's always telling you to do something with your mind. You're writing the vision in your mind and you're impressing it upon your subconscious, which is the heart, the tables. Those are the tables that you're writing upon. You're writing upon the heart, the subconscious mind. So when it's impressed upon the subconscious, it will what? Be expressed in due time, which is when? Now. It's always, whenever it happens, it always happens now. And the now is always on time. It's never late. I don't care if the now is 2 months from now, 6 years from now, 10 years from now, 2 days from now, 2 minutes. It always happens when it happens now. It always happens on time. So you're right. If your SP is married and you are desiring them, fall deeply in love with yourself. Right. 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 So people need to give them more grace. Yep. Oh, you funny, all low. You said this live is too good. You can't even put it on a movie. Saying, hey, Anjax, and welcome. Saying, hey, Anjax, and welcome, Tip. So ever since I've been putting more effort to focus on myself and my self-concept, things have shifted instantly. Yes. It's impossible to get any better than me. That's it, El Glaze. See, let me watch what movie are you trying to watch, all love? What movie are you trying to watch? So I love hearing people talk highly about themselves, and I'm in your energy because I feel that way too. Yep. Yes, the Lord is I am. Right. That's who the Lord is. The I am, the law of mind. It's pausing. Oh, on Terry. Okay. It's pausing. Oh, on Terry. Okay. So overall, should we let go of ever wanting something by a certain time? Because deadlines and timing. There's no deadline and timing in consciousness. You are the time. You are the deadline. Everything revolves around you. When you say that something else has the power, you're giving what? You're giving the power away. This is your world. Everything moves according to your belief. All you have to do is say everything happened now. Everything happened. If you have to do is say everything happened now. Everything happened. If you need something paid by March 1st, then what would you tell yourself? It's already paid. You wouldn't even incorporate March 1st in the equation. You would just say it's already paid. It was paid on time. It was because it's paid now. It's already done. That's how you would think. You would think it's already paid for. You're not waiting to see. You're not trying to see if it's going to happen. You go to sleep knowing that it's already done. Hey, neighbor. Right. Who created calendars and clocks? Right. It's already done. Your vision is your desire, right? In Habakkuk 2:2-3, the vision is the desire. What are you imagining? Who are you saying that you are? How are you seeing yourself? Right, okay, but hear me out. Today is my Right, okay, but hear me out. Today is my Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, how do you align with it? How do you align with it? Yeah, how do you align with it? How do you align with it? Decide, decide, decide. How do you align with your desire? I think that's the question. How to align with one's desire. That's what meditation is, key discovering joy. So you said, what if already done, but you have to take actions to choose between the two options. Know that the choice that you make is always the right choice, that you are divinely guided, you are divinely led, right? And the right choice, right? Imagine that you made the right choice. Have faith that you're making the right choice. Pray about it. Well, when I say pray, I'm talking about meditate. Meditate, seeing yourself taking right action. Because it's all about who do you say I am. And so every decision you make is based on your concept of yourself. To know that you can never get it wrong. You can never get it wrong. So, hey, dream woman. So I came in the right time about choices. That was always my comment. I say to myself, I make the right decisions always. Yep, that's it. Yep. Yep, you got to be still. Yep. You said the thing, say this is too easy now. Yeah. Say also, why did you say forgive yourself for believing in lack? What does that mean? When I say forgive yourself, I'm being to let go that you have ever thought of anything else other than abundance. There is no shame. There is no guilt for the way you used to think. You thought that way out of ignorance, but now you're going to let that go. That's what forgiveness is, to forget, to let go. That you ever believe that there is anything else other than an abundant state. So before that, we should always see ourselves in the best way, the highest form of love anyway. Yep. Your impatience comes from lack of faith. That's where your impatience come from lack of faith. Wait a minute, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Say, our believing in lack is what created lack, so we have to release that mindset. Yep. When did you know you have full mastery, or is it still a practice? Still a practice. You master one level and then you go to the next level. It's infinite expansion. We never get there. We never get to the end because there is no end. There's only expansion. Oh, that's great. That's great, Jasmine. You say you don't have any results to lean on, Cynthia. So you haven't manifested anything you desired in your life. You haven't had any prayer answered, as they used to say in church. You haven't had anything that you desired come into your experience. Of course you have. Of course you have. Of course you have some things that you've wanted and you've gotten them. Of course. So so basically we always had this knowledge and someone wanted us to believe in them. Crazy. Here's the thing, there is no them. It's all you, right? That's the part we have to let go of, thinking that someone else caused this matrix. We all built this matrix. We all are God experiencing being not God, right? We all came down and put on form. God wanted to experience itself and wanted to experience something other than itself. So we created and we went into this sleep state of forgetfulness, right? We all are in a state of forgetfulness. Each and every one of us. Yeah, I'm back, y'all. Oh, wait a minute, Cynthia. Hold on. That's not true. That simply isn't true, Cynthia. So you think you just started manifesting when you came into this knowledge? You don't know that you were. Simply isn't true, Cynthia. So you think you just started manifesting when you came into this knowledge? You don't know that you were always manifesting throughout your entire life? So you're going to tell me. So have you ever had a job that you wanted? How did you do in school? Did you do well in school because you chose to? Or did you not do well in school because you chose not to? Like, let's think about our life here. Anybody you've dated, anyone you have been friends with, you know that's a manifestation, right? Because manifesting only means to experience your thoughts. Right? Because manifesting only means to experience your thoughts. Right. Right, it is. This talk is very interesting, especially when they claim elites. I know, right? Ooh. Absolutely, we manifest, and we've always been manifesting. Always. So I've always said to take an action to get a result I want to in the past. How to shift. Well, you thought that you were doing something to make it so. You weren't doing anything to make it so. Every action you took was based on your belief. And you attributed the cause to the action when actually the cause was your belief. See, you gave the thing you did the reason why you got it. And I'm telling you, the reason why you did it had nothing to do with the reason why you got it. You first thought about it, and then you did the action. The cause was mental. Every action you ever took discovering joy was based on your beliefs about it. And had you believed differently, you would have taken different actions. We all act, but the act is always secondary. It's never the reason. It's never the cause. Right, you have air, yep. Yep, that's it. That's it. Yep, it's no good or bad. It's all you. Yes, that's it. So we have to become aware of our thoughts to either confirm or change it. Yep. Hey, Jasmintons. Hey, Sandy. Hey. Good morning. Yeah, you are the mirror. The thing you've seen is your reflection. That's it. Right, that's what we thought. Right, that's what we were told. We were told that it was, it was what we did was the cause, but it was really based on your beliefs. Every action you ever took was based upon your thoughts about it. Everything you see in this world was first a thought. Everything. The clothes you wear, the cars you drive, right? The house you live in. Someone had to first think about it before they ever acted upon, right? Cause and effect. What's the cause? Mental, mind. All is mind. The effect is the expression. The expression, the activity is never the cause. Never. That's why Christ said, I of my own self can do nothing. The Father within, he does the work. It's your belief about a thing that causes you to act. That's why you don't change the outside. That's doing things backwards. That's working in vain. Right? A lot of people try to change things outwardly before they change inwardly. And then what they end up with, a lot of stress, a lot of disappointment, anxiety, fear, depression, right? Anytime you try to work outside in, you're trying to build top down. You build bottom up, right? From within, so without. Yep, and all those warning labels. Yep. Yes, and now discovering joy when you decide to change the way you see yourself. This work is mental. This work is an inner work. This is why Paul tells us in Romans 12:2 that we must what? Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed. How are you transformed? By the renewing of your mind. So you can prove what is that perfect and good will, perfect and acceptable will of God. Prove what is that good and acceptable will of God. What is good? What is acceptable? Thinking right, thinking right about a thing, knowing that the thing you ask for already belongs to you. It's already yours. You don't have to do anything to make it so. You don't have to prove worthiness. You don't have to show that you deserve it. The mere fact that you asked for it, the mere fact that you claimed it, makes it yours. The moment you asked for it, I answered. While you were yet speaking, I gave it to you. It did appear. The moment it dropped into your spirit, into your mind, that you desired a thing, it was yours. You gotta, Sierra, that's because you gotta decide to love you. You truly have to decide to, and I know in the beginning, I've been there. A lot of us have been there, what we call, heartbreak. But the thing is, we're breaking our own heart because we're not loving ourselves. We're not seeing that how worthy we are, how beautiful we are, how amazing we are, right? We're looking for another person to validate us, to make us whole, to make us feel wanted. When you shift that mindset, and it is going to take you deciding this, you choosing you. When you decide to choose you over everything else, love you over everything else. What makes you happy, Sierra? And not needing, and we're not talking about another person being involved. What makes you happy without equating anyone else into your answer? So you're right. It's funny because I thought I saw myself in a highly, but clearly I don't. Well, you can change it. You do not have to accept it. Hello, spiritual baddie. So how do I change my thinking about my husband cheating? You change your thinking about, you have to take ownership, spiritual baddie, and how you perceived relationships, right? Because that is how you're experiencing your relationships. Did you view relationships as hard and difficult and that men are just a certain type of way? Did you base your relationships based on how you saw others' relationships, whether they were in your family or whether they were friends or co-workers or whether it's something you saw on television or movie screens or whatever, right? Because our society has a certain mindset when it comes to relationships, right? And most of us, not all of us, but many of us look at relationships as a difficult thing, right? We look at it as a hard thing. And we say, well, women are just this type of people and men are just this type of people. And so that's how we go into relationships with that type of mindset. So in order to forgive your husband, you're going to have to forgive yourself for even believing or creating that situation. And when I say creating it, I mean thinking less of them, not giving them grace and giving them an opportunity to be faithful. Because how did you really view your husband? Did you really view your husband as someone that was honest and faithful and committed? Or did you view them from a place of they don't never keep their promises. They always had a looking eye. I always felt insecure around them. They never made me feel like they were really into me. Like, was the ownership on him to make you feel good? Or was the responsibility, was the onus on you to make sure you felt a certain way, regardless of his actions or how he showed up? Oh, no one's ever hard to love. Definitely not. Oh, yes, Floral Marshes. I did some deep meditation and I saw The universe opened up for me. That is beautiful. Right. The things you can do now to start loving yourself more is truly deciding to accept that you are whole, that you are complete. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing to fix. Absolutely nothing to fix. You are complete. And you want to spend time with yourself. This is where meditation is key. And pay attention to those conversations you have within yourself, right? Like, do you talk like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I thought that way. Like, change the way you talk about yourself. I know a lot of us used to have the tendency of, beating ourselves up, tearing ourselves down, and not extending grace to ourselves. It is so important that you extend grace to yourself. Because here's the thing. The way you chose relationships, the way you interacted with relationships were based off ignorance, not knowing who you are. And now you're choosing to know you. Now you're choosing to believe the best about you. Now you're going to do what Philippians 4:8 says. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatever things are noble, whatsoever things are just, whatever things are of good report, whatever things are truth, whatever is praiseworthy, think on these things. And then you have 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, the 4th through the 8th verse. Thank you, April. Welcome, welcome. And you're going to understand what love really means. And then you're going to go to Galatians 5, I believe it's 22 to 23, where it talks about the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit and the declaration of love on 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, the 4th through the 8th verse. That's going to help you understand like who you truly are and the attributes of God, which you are. These are the attributes of the I am, right? Patient, kind, not boastful or proud, keeps no records of wrong, right? Does not rejoices with truth and never with evil, right? Believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, knowing that love never fails. And when I say patient, I'm talking about perseverance, I'm talking about persistence, right? We're talking about kindness, we're talking about generosity, compassion, openness, right? This is how you truly love yourself. But this is a choice. You're going to have to choose this every day. You're going to have to choose you every day until you impress this upon your subconscious that this is who you are. Because it truly is who you are. You're just going to accept this truth now. Because this has always been you. You just didn't know it. And now you're going to choose to know it. You're going to, this is meditation, becoming one with the truth of who you are. Yes, yes. Thank you, buddy. The 4 steps, the 4 steps. Yes, neighbor, that is beautiful. Say, my mom is living to 100, vibrant, healthy, no medication. If she passes, it'll be cut. Yes, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Hey, hey, sunflower. Yes, yes, all love. And when we hear them talk like that, we just have to decide to hear something different, right? To lift them out of that state that they find themselves in. How are you, sunflower? Welcome, welcome. So be your own cheerleader, be your own hype man. Be the big dog. That's it. So when you mind your thoughts, you can catch any limiting assumptions and change them then and there. Yes, you can. Nope, you don't. Here's the thing, Sarah. You don't want to have to change you in order to keep nobody. You want people to accept you just like you. Here's the thing. We have to be so careful with thinking we have to change and be different for someone else, right? Because that's the same stipulation you're going to put on them. Oh, if they were just this way, then I could be happy. Or if I was just this way, then they would have. Again, you're seeing your eyes through them instead of seeing your eyes through you. You never want to continue to give someone the power to make you feel good about yourself. Because if you give them the power to make you feel good about yourself, you're giving them the power to make you feel bad about yourself. That power only comes from within. You are your own happiness. You are your own happiness. They're just, your SP is just you pushed out. They're reflecting back to you all of your insecurities, all your low self-esteem, your lacking self-confidence. They were just reflecting back to you these beliefs you hold about yourself. Because when you truly love you and you truly have, and you're truly secure and you truly have, high esteem and self-confidence, ain't nobody gonna be able to come into your space and treat you any differently or treat you less than that. That's impossible because this is law of attraction. Yes, I say I am loved and a child of God. Yes, yes. So you are God. Hello, candy cakes. You're not supposed to ignore the 3D. You're supposed to learn not to respond to it. You're not supposed to be judging it. We got to change our frame of reference. We got to change the way we think. I know you all been listening to a lot of these coaches, and the very thing they were telling you not to do is the very thing you're doing. The very thing they're telling you not to do is the very thing you're doing. Ignore the 3D. Circumstances don't matter. Ignore the 3D. No. Stop judging the 3D. The 3D is telling you exactly what you believe, and it ain't going to change until you do. The 3D is showing you this is what you're still manifesting. You have to tell the 3D, oh no, that's the old story. I no longer believe that way. The moment you stop responding to the 3D changes. Every time you respond to it, react to it, it's going to keep showing you that. Because you're saying the moment you respond, react, affirm, complain, justify, judge, you're saying, I want more of that, please. Because it's your attention that gives it life. If you can just look at it and be like, oh, that's the old story. I don't even think that way no more. Yes, love is unconditional. It doesn't need extra seasoning. Yeah, say let's not ask questions we know the answer to already. We are the validation. Absolutely. Oh, yes, I had those 2 verses in my mind this morning. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, April. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, 3D has to adhere to your subconscious thoughts and beliefs. Yep, say view the 3D or D3 or whatever as trash, take it out and leave it outside. Right. We're just too consumed with the circumstances of life, and the circumstances are only there reflecting you. The 3D is only reflecting you, and it won't change until you do. Right. Say yes, my man says that too. He doesn't let good or bad of what people say define him. That's it. Hello, Christian. You say, I don't want to attract any more healing. What you mean, do you suppose? There's no supposed to. There's no supposed to. What do you want? And then do that. There's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself. When you know that you have your desire, how could you feel anything else other than positive or feeling good, right? How could you feel anything other than that relaxed state, that knowing state, that feel good state? Say definitely over healing. I am whole, perfect, and complete. Yes, yes. Hey, Belinda said it used to be hard for me to be in a positive headspace, but it gets easier every day. I'm so thankful I only listen to you. Old people be having people live in y'all. What is that? I can't. I'll live in your head for free. Yeah. Yeah. And rent free. Rent free. Yeah, we be too focused on the wrong thing. And I get it. These coaches put your focus there because it make you feel like you have to be dependent or reliant on something outside of you. And you have to understand there is no one but you. It's only you. You're only experiencing your thoughts. The moment you can stop judging them and say, oh my goodness, this shouldn't be happening. Why is this happening? Oh my God. And no, it should be happening. Why? It should be happening because it's the way you're thinking. It wouldn't be happening if you would think different. If you would start thinking differently, you wouldn't be experiencing nothing you experience. But it's because of you that you're experiencing it. You wanted 3D to change and you haven't changed. It doesn't work that way. So asking me about the 3D is of no consequence when you haven't changed your thoughts about you. Right, the 3D is dead. Create now. I'm so calm now. LOL, I honestly focus on me at all times and I live in the end. The one small thing got me. That's okay. You shifted. You course corrected. Right, Demi Lovato. What's wrong with being confident? Right. You say like what old people be saying, go sit down. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, instead of creating your thoughts, and instead of choosing different thoughts, you're sitting up here mulling over the ones you don't want to have and wonder why they still there. Because you haven't even decided to think differently. When are we going to decide to think differently and then choose to think that way? Choose to meditate on those things. Yep, you got to upgrade it. And the thing is, stop talking about the 3D. Stop talking about the circumstances. Just think about what you want. Live from within. That's the whole thing. You're supposed to be living from within. You're not supposed to be being dictated by the five senses, by the external world. You talking about it too much. But talk about what's going on within your mind. What is it that you're seeing in within? What thoughts are you hearing on the inside? And are there thoughts that you want to be manifesting? Is that what you want to see anymore? Because if it's not what you want to see, you need to stop thinking it. You need to change it. Switch it up. Take off the old record. Replace it with a new record. Yes, be still and know that I am God. The SP shows up according to your faith, according to your belief. The moment you accept that you're already together is the moment they appear. It's always done unto you as you believe. They're not there because you don't believe that you all are together. So they're not there. If you believe that you were a couple, they'd be there. You don't believe you're a couple, so they're not there. It's really as simple as that. It gets no deeper than that. Oh, you're welcome, Jasmine. Minton's love you too. Oh. I say I'm rich and beautiful, just chilling on the beach. Yes. So they want to be garbage workers so bad. They like digging in the trash, finding trash. Let it go, right? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go, right? Like Elsa used to sing, y'all gotta let it go. Let go of that old story. Yeah, Jakes. And then what did you do when you started having thoughts from the old story? Did you stop it? When you started having the thoughts to the old story, did you stop it? So then they want you to accept their trash. No, ma'am, you decide to play in that mess. That's right. No, ma'am. I'm not. Nope. Leave that garbage on the side of the street so it can be picked up by somebody else. Okay, beautiful. That's it. Yep, keep recycling. It's your reality. What do you want, Sierra? What do you want? What you mean, how can you decide? You have to make a decision. And who set up these parameters of no contact? Who decided there's no contact? Who made up these parameters? Whose world is this? Is this your world? Sierra, what do you want? Tell me what you want. I'm not going to tell you what to want. I want you to tell me what do you want. And then live from that state. We already talked about this no contact. I don't get it. But since this is your world, it's your reality, hey, you tell me. Because I already told you how to deal with the 3D. We already went over that part. I've already said what to do about the 3D. So I forgave myself and stopped it. I watched how moments later his energy shifted. Was it his energy or your energy shifted and he reflected it back to you? Was it his energy that shifted or your energy that shifted and he reflected it back to you? Ange X. Well, he's only going to come back and be different once you come back, once you are different. The only way he comes back and is different is that you see that you're already together and you have to be different. You can't change nobody. You can only change you. Say the permission slip just went up. Hey, Sunflower say these lies are really helping me tremendously. I felt myself today focus outwardly and turn within and change the story immediately. Yes, beautiful, Sunflower. Yes. Say no contact is just another term along with right. All of these coaches, boy, these coaches be dangling that carrot. They love to dangle that carrot in front of y'all, and y'all be jumping and reaching and can never grab it. They be dangling that carrot in front of y'all. Because when it don't work, because it won't. Because when it doesn't work, because it won't, you got to come back to them. Because they're giving you contradicting concepts. They're contradicting. They're contradictory. Some of y'all may be able to overlook the contradictory and try to rephrase it in your mind to make it work for you. But these concepts, these birds before land and these no contact, these are contradictory statements. I get it, because Sierra, you got to take time to be with you. You got to take time to love you. And you're wanting someone to love you when you haven't decided to love you. And it just doesn't happen. The loveless never find love. You're always going to be wondering why. Because here's the thing. You want somebody back and you don't even like the way they are. Think about that. Because you said, I want them to come back and I need them to be different too. Not only do I want them to come back, but they need to be different, which means you don't even like who they are, but you want them to come back. Why you want to be with somebody you don't already like? But you do understand the reason why you don't like the way they are is because you don't like the way you are. That they're just reflecting you. The stuff you don't like about them is really the stuff you don't like about you. That's why you have to change you. And when I say change you, I mean change the way you think about you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broke. You don't need any fixing. You just have to recognize that you already are enough. Yes, Ange X. Yes. Yes. See, these coaches smart. Yeah. They are all of that psychosis will get folks in a chokehold. But the thing is, people love playing the blame game. People love pointing the finger. People love not taking full accountability. You know, if they can see that it's something else, right? Say, honestly, with anyone manifesting SP, just have fun with it, to be honest, because at the end of the day, you're going to have them. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have them. Yes. Yes, need and want is different. What's that old people song, Falling in Love with Jesus? Y'all need to sing that. Yeah, you need to fall in love with yourself. That. Interesting. But the thing is here, you keep making it about him. Yep. Fall in love with self. You are Jesus. Yep. How to deal with emotions. Emotions don't matter. Emotions are a byproduct of thoughts. Your feelings are a result of your thinking. If you thought better, you feel better. It's just that simple. When you decide to think better, you'll feel better. It's your stinking thinking got you feeling some kind of way. That's it. And it's because what you're thinking you really don't believe. So you must continue to practice the new thought until it takes on reality, until it takes on naturalness, right? We practice everything in this world, but we don't want to practice new thoughts. That's so interesting. We practice everything, but we don't want to practice thinking differently. We don't think we have to practice thinking differently. When we've been thinking these old ways all of our life, but we don't want to practice thinking differently. We'll practice how to drive a car. We'll practice a new dance. We'll learn an instrument. We'll rehearse and we'll practice. But when it comes to these thoughts, we don't want to persist and be consistent with that. We think we just say it one time and bam, that's supposed to be it. It's supposed to, no, as Paul said, I die daily. This is a daily thing. This is a moment to moment thing. You have to practice this. Repetition, persistence is key. Yep, you are so right. When I changed the story today, my body just calmed down. You have to practice, Candy. You have to practice the thoughts you want to think. You have to practice them. And you can sing it like a lullaby. This is why meditation is so key. And And like I said, you're always meditating, you're always affirming because you're always talking to yourself. But are you even aware of how you talk to yourself? Are you even aware? Like, do you pay attention to those casual conversations you have with your friends and your family and your coworkers? Like, how do you talk about yourself and others when it comes to relationships, money, and health? Right? The big three. How do you talk? How do you talk? What do those conversations look like? Are they judgmental? Do they come from a lack state? So, yep, because I've gotten good, then seem to have totally forget the practice. Can't let go, can't lay it down, cannot lay it down. You gotta put this on every morning, like you get up and put your clothes on every morning. You gotta go to sleep with it, just like you go to sleep, whatever you go to sleep in. When you wear pajamas or certain type of clothes to sleep, you gotta choose to go to sleep with a certain mindset, and you gotta choose to wake up with a certain mindset. It's a choice. Talk to myself. Right. I talk to myself because there is no one to talk to. People ask me why I do what I do. You gotta talk to yourself, and I don't think enough of us talk to ourselves. Talk. You gotta talk to yourself. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, that's cool, Sad. So you decided that you was pregnant and FedEx delivered. Oh wow. Similac milk? Is that what you're saying? Similac milk to you? Wow. You say you thought the universe was playing with you? When you manifested it, and you are the universe. You manifested it. Ain't nobody playing with you. That's your world reflecting back to you. That is the world reflecting back to you. And my SP reflected everything I thought about myself. You really have to change. Yep, you really do. Say it was so weird. Yeah. See, I got that in your head now, sunflower. That's it. The key has always been changing self. And changing self is just accepting the truth of who you are. That's it. Just accept who you are. Know that I am God, and beside me there is no other. That I shall decree a thing, and it shall come to pass. That everything I do prospers. That I came to have life, and that more abundantly. That I came that my joy may be full. That I should delight myself in the law, in the Lord, and he shall give me the desires of my heart. Who is the Lord? I am. Who is the law? I am. I am the truth, the way, and the life. No man comes to me unless the Father within me draws him. Ain't nothing coming to your experience unless you bring it to you. It's all there because of you. Yes, it's not up to you to try to figure out anything, Cynthia. Lean on to your own understanding. Stop trying to figure out how your manifestation will come. That's none of your business. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Trust in the Lord, the I am, the greater self, the higher self, the subconscious mind. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Your conscious mind, your reasoning mind, your logical mind, your egoic mind, your carnal mind does not know the way. It is the ways of infinite mind, the ways of the I am are past finding out. So stop trying to figure it out. Because the path is already straight. It's already known. Nope, nothing is contradicting. Nope, it does not contradict. Oh, yep. If it's how it's supposed to be, then why is it so hard for most people? Why is what hard for most people? Hard for most people. Why is what hard for most people? What are you referring to? What do you mean? Why is what hard for most people? We know that we know that it's hard because of the belief, the conditioning, right? See, this is one reason why I like scripture, right? Because the scripture reminds us as to how we entered this third dimensional plane, why we are here. It tells us that Adam, which represents humanity, fell into a deep sleep, right? And while he was in a deep sleep, he started dreaming the dream of life. And then he created this thing called the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is the belief in two powers. While Adam slept, Adam believed there was a source of two powers. Adam, humanity, believes there's a source for God, good, and then there's a source for evil, Satan. However, scripture does remind you, even though Adam took on that belief, even though Adam ate and consumed that belief is the illusion. Fear is the illusion. Fear, evil is the illusion. There's only God. There's only good. But while Adam sleeps, he believes in two powers. It's not until Adam awakes as the Christ mind that he recognizes there's only God. There's only I am. There's only me. I'm actually both God and the devil. I'm actually God and Satan. I'm actually my good and my evil. I'm actually both. There's only one cause, and that's mind. And I get to use this mind however I choose. Oh, the 4 steps of manifesting? Right, but it's because of ignorance, right? It's because of not knowing. We think it's supposed to be hard. We were told that it was supposed to be difficult. Because here's the thing with the 4 steps, right? Deciding, praying, believing, receiving. We were told that we have to, because here's the thing with the 4 steps, right? Deciding, praying, believing, receiving. We were told that we have to only accept what we can see. And now those 4 steps is asking you to believe in something you cannot see, to not know the how, right? To believe in something that you don't know how it's going to come. That's the faith. That's the part that people struggle with, right? Because it's easier to believe in something that you know how it can come, right? That's easy to believe. When you it's easy to accept something you can see clearly with your 5 senses. But now you want to make it easy to believe in something that you see with your sixth sense, which is your mind. That's the sixth sense, right? To see inwardly, to see it inwardly before you ever see it outwardly. That's the faith that most people don't know how to operate, because most people operate from the five senses, not from the sixth sense. Yes, and God said unto Moses, I am that I am. Yep, Exodus 3:14. So I sometimes get into deep thoughts wondering why things were created like the 3D to 4D subconscious. Yeah, but it's just like this is virtual reality, right, Cynthia? This is all a game. And we did put different levels to this. It's like any video game, right? The higher you go up, right, the more difficult, more challenging it gets. But it also, you understand, each level comes with a different type of awareness accompanied with it. So every time you master one level, you go to another level, you've increased your awareness, you've increased your power, you've increased your mastery of the game. Yes, intuition. Hello, Kelly Janae. Hello, Dominique. We decide to experience heaven on earth, but then forget that's what we came to do once we got here. Yep. So you be ready to get out the game. You got to remember, you got to remind yourself it's just a game. You got to remind yourself that that's what it is. That is just a game. It's just a simulation. It's just, you're here for the experience. So we're now awakening to that and bringing heaven to earth through our minds. Absolutely. That's what we have to do. Too many of us forget that. We forget that the heaven that we create is created first in the mind. And the only reason why a lot of us find it difficult is because we haven't taken the time to really love ourselves. See, it's one thing when you didn't know about the game and you thought everything was so serious and so detrimental and so traumatic. But then when you awaken within the game and you understand all this is an illusion and you're only here really for the experience, now you're supposed to lighten up, right? Now you're supposed to not take this life so seriously and not see it as some detrimental thing. Now you're supposed to understand that you are the creator. That this is your world. That you get to choose. And you get to imagine whatever you desire. And you don't even have to try to make it happen. All the time you thought you had to work hard, to strain, to struggle, to push, to pull. And now you should know you don't even have to do all that. All you have to do is imagine that it's already so and then let it happen. Let it happen. As you're supposed to be imitators of God as dear children, right? Be imitators of the one mind, which says what? Let there be light. And it was. Yes, y'all gotta start minding y'all own mind like it's gold. Get y'all some. Yes. When we say that life is a game, and you should know that you win that you've already won the game. You're supposed to know that life is a game and you won. You're supposed to know that you win, that you've won the game. How you tired of playing the game that you know you're the winner of? Yep, life can be fun when you truly love yourselves. Yep, love ourselves. Yep. Yep, and with you being a creator, get credit for your creativity. Yes. Every time I find myself sad and worried, I remember my power and I can relax a little bit. Yep. Yep, be the bestseller and get that gold sticker. I mean, once you come to the realization that all of this is make-believe, right? You should be now wanting to have fun with what you can do with your mind. But too many of us are focused on what we don't have or what we can't see. And you're missing the message. You're missing the spice of life by focusing on what's not there, as opposed to recognizing you already possess everything. You already have everything you could possibly need. But because you don't believe it's there is the reason why you don't experience it. Yeah, discovering joy. Now you get to relax. Now no more survival mode. Now this is the transforming of the mind that must take place, right? Now you can relax. Now you can let go. Now you can surrender. You no longer have to fight. Your mind is not a battlefield. It's a beautiful garden. It's a garden. What are you planting? So that you can harvest, so you can reap a beautiful harvest. What are you planting? Go ahead, cry. Cry your tears of joy. Cry your tears of joy, because you don't have to. What does scripture say? You don't need to fight in this battle. Stand still. Stand still and see. And see the salvation of the Lord. You do not need to fight in this battle. It's already yours. It's already won. I'm sure she did, A-Town. I'm sure she did. We not playing Minecraft. The Bible said it was what? Edenic, right? The Garden of Eden. It didn't say it was a war field. It didn't say it was a battlefield. It called it a garden. How you gonna dress? How you dress in your garden? How does your garden grow? How does your garden grow? Isn't that a nursery rhyme or something? Who's asked how does your garden grow? Somebody was asked how do their garden grow? Hey, I am happy to be me, happy to be free, happy to be me, happy to be free, happy to be me, me, happy to be free, free. Yeah, we see an enemy where there is none, because the only enemy is the inner me. Stop being your enemy. Stop fighting yourself. So Minecraft is funny. Y'all setting little bombs in your field, blowing yourself up. Why? Why are you blowing yourself up? Why you putting bombs in your garden, in your field? Yep. Plant the right seeds and watch your garden bloom with your desires. That's it. Well, wait a minute. What nursery rhyme was it, Dominique? Because I can't remember what nursery rhyme is. Who said that? Did I miss it? Did you say who it was? Did I miss it? Yep. You are your own worst enemy, right? That's what scripture says. Your enemy is only those in your own household. This is your house. You are the temple of the living God, right? You are the temple, right? A church made without hands, right? The temples. What's going on in your mind, in your consciousness, in your awareness? What are you aware of? So I don't remember the name, but I had a cassette tape that played to. Oh, nice. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Thank you. Thank you, Dominique. How does your garden grow? Yup. Yep, the enemy is the enemy if you let it be. But there are no enemies. You should be your own best friend. You should understand that you are one with all there is. There is no separation. It is in him you live, move, and have your being, right? Just start planting the seeds of love, right? Let's say go to Galatians 5, I believe it's 5:22 and 23, right? And get that fruit of the spirit. Those are the seeds that you need to be planting. Right? And to know that whatever you do, you shall prosper. Whatever you do, you should prosper. But you got to know that. You got to know. You got to trust that. You got to prove this. You got to be like Malachi 3:10. Say, prove me now herewith and see if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. But are you testing the spirit by the spirit to see if it be of God? Are you testing the spirit by the spirit to see if it be of God? Are you proving that your thoughts create your reality? Are you proving that to yourself, that changing your thinking changes the circumstances in which you find yourself in? Are you proving that to you? Are you just hoping and wishing? Hoping and wishing and loving? Like that song from My Best Friend's Wedding, the beginning of the intro song. Hoping and wishing and praying. So I forgot how that song goes. And if he don't, all you gotta do is love him and watch him. And I can't remember it. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Not they do them. What's braids and wigs? What are you talking about? Yeah, lovely thoughts only. Believing not enough. You have to know. Say everything's a song. Yeah, it is. Yep, until you prove it to yourself, you're always going to argue for your limiting belief. Yep. You're always going to argue for it until you prove it to yourself. Here's the thing. The moment you give it to yourself is the moment you stop fighting with yourself. But are you even applying some of the techniques that people have told you to use, right? They'll remember when, right? Remembering when. I remember when I used to talk about, wanting to be married, or my SP and I being back together. Or I remember I used to talk about I couldn't afford, to pay $1,500 for rent. Now I can afford $3,000. Now my rent is $3,000. Well, I remember when I used to talk about wanting this particular car, and now look, it's mine. I own it. I remember this. Are we exercising that and making sure that when we are talking this way, we're not also speaking in opposition to it? It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. This is what the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of your good, looks like. Oh, got you. Okay. So when they come in here talking about the 3D or D3, I'm going to tell them to pat their heads like they do with those braids. Oh, got you. Okay. Right. Hey, Monty J, welcome. So reflecting on my unconscious manifestations helps with my faith and my power. Oh, yes. Whatever you need to do, whatever is necessary, do whatever is necessary. Do whatever you think is going to convince you, because this is what it's about. It's about being convinced that you have it. And so you can write a letter to yourself. You can do vision boards. Talking to yourself after you've done a vision board, after you've done a journaling, after you've done the robotic affirming, whatever you do, or the 55 by 5 or the mirror technique, whatever you decide to do, remember when, state akin to sleep, meditation. Make sure after you spent that 5 to 10 to 20, 30 minutes of focusing the mind on the thing you desire, don't go then and talk to your best friend on the phone. You know, after you just said you meditated on all the wealth you can have, you spoke wealth into your experience, and you're talking about how much, how easy it was, don't go then and get on the phone or go to work and start complaining about money. Yes, Dominique. Yes. Yep. You still have to sleep and talk to yourself. So what state are you falling asleep in, and how are you talking to yourself? After you've done all these techniques, how do you talk to yourself, and what state are you falling asleep in? Right, L. Glaze. Be mindful. Yep, and now you're gonna say I'm steadfast now, right? Oh yes, buddy, yes. We definitely enjoyed you being here, reminding us old folks how it's done to keep the faith. Yep, counterintuitive to speak against what you just imagined. That's why you have to be so aware. You have to be so mindful. You have to choose what you're going to give your attention to, what you're going to give your focus to. You have to be the watchman at the gate. You have to guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. Oh, now you're going to take over this page. Nah, you can't take over this page. That ain't happening, buddy. I cancel that order. I reject that. I feel like a lot of us have been programmed to think that wanting to be rich is wrong. Right, when it's not. Got you. Okay. You taking over your sister page. Got you. All right. This is I gotta take a seat. We're already rich. We gotta know that rich is not determined by dollars and cents, right? It's the richness of the spirit. And the richness of the spirit you will always have more than enough. You gotta know that. You gotta know that you're always, and whatever that turns out to be, you gotta know that you have more than you could ever possibly, know what to do with. Right? Yep. Define what rich is for you and think on that. Yep. That's it. You gotta do what a lot of times, even in this community, a lot of people get into that spirit of comparison and competition, and you got to make sure that the thing that you're desiring is because you truly want to experience it, not because someone else thinks that, oh, you say you powerful, but you don't have this. You say you God, but you don't have that. You say you this. Your life is not for anyone else but your own. You came here to give your unique experience, your unique perspective to this thing we call life. And we are not to limit ourselves or compare ourselves or be in competition with anyone else. We're to decide what it is that brings us the most joy. And if the desire came to you, whenever the desire came to you, know that it is from the greater part of you that wants to experience it. That every desire is a gift from you to you. And it's just all about you accepting the gift, not judging it. Too many of us judge the gift and we condition the gift when all you're supposed to do is accept the gift. Accept the gift and know that and say that God gave me the gift. God knows how to bring it to pass. Sir John Templeton said that spiritual ways will lead you to material wealth quicker than anything. Yes, I am to be happy. That's it. Yep. We'll never have to chase after it. It will be attracted to you. But you got to know that. You got to know you're not supposed to chase wealth, that you are wealth, and wealth shows up because of who you are. But too many of us chase after it. Oh, thank you, Dominique. Oh, I appreciate this. Oh, yeah, you got to take it in doses. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just know, right? It's a reflection of you. Everything you see is mirroring back to you. So no judgment. And, just scroll on past. And be like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, all the messages are the same. So what did I say was being rich? Again, the richness of spirit. You are already abundant. The richness of the spirit. You already are abundant. You are already wealthy. And you will express it the moment you accept it. You'll never be in want or lack of anything once you realize you are wealth. Yep, real success is loving people and having people love you. That's it. It's about relationship, right? It's about community. It's about relationship. That's why you have to be so careful. Sometimes this community, this spiritual community can have residue of religious and societal norms. You got to be so careful that you don't operate from the mindset of society. Society likes to judge and to belittle and to label and to categorize. And I noticed that, you know, I don't say a lot of them, but too many of us are so concerned with how our friends and family show up in this world. And that's really none of your business how they show up in this world. You're only supposed to love them right where they are. And loving them where they are lifts them up to where you want them to be. But too many of us are talking about who's negative and who's low vibrational, who's an NPC player, who's a vampire, whatever they call it. I forgot the term they use, or who's a narcissist, or so busy judging instead of loving. Why you just can't love your family and friends, and when you get with them, you have a good time? Why you can't just be when you come around, you know, it's a good time, y'all laugh and y'all have, and you know, and then you get to go on your merry way, and then get to be like, oh my goodness, I just love having you because you just so fun, you so light, you know, you so positive, you so, you know. But too many of us go into the family of friends situation to be like, they're so negative. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe how negative they are. Oh my goodness, they're always complaining. How about you change the conversation? How about you be the light? How about you lead the direction? How about you, right? And learn to just be present and share that time with them without and removing the judgment. Time with them without and removing the judgment. Yep, judgment really is the thief of joy. Yep. Yes, I'm putting my earbuds on like, whatever, right. Yeah. You'll just see life is just so much more enjoyable when you can judge righteous judgment, which is judging from a place of love and light and peace and compassion and goodwill and harmony, right? When you can just, because what's the point of having love if you can't give it away? What's the point of having love and being love if you're going to keep it to yourself? The point of being love is to share it, is to spread it. The purpose of being joy is to spread it, right? The purpose of being peace is to spread peace, right? That's the purpose of being the being you are, is to let your light so shine, right? You're supposed to let your light shine. You're not supposed to hide your light under a bushel. You are the light that light up the world, right? When people see you come, like, oh yes, such amazing time. Oh my goodness, you spoke to my spirit. You heard that inner part of me. You did, like, right? Because the more you see that you give it away, it comes back multiplied, right? Give and it shall be given, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Shall men give unto it shall be given, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Shall men give unto your bosoms. Give. Learn how to give freely. Life really is about being. Who do you say that I am? How do you talk about yourself? How do you think of yourself? And remaining steadfast in that. Remaining faithful to it. Because once you impress the subconscious that ain't something you ever got to try to figure out ever again. Once it's impressed, it's expressed. Once it becomes a part of you, it remains with you. It will be expressed by you. But you got to keep filling up, right? Right now, you got a lot of gook. You got a lot of dirty water. You got a lot of, dirty things up, right? Right now, you got a lot of gook. You got a lot of dirty water. You got a lot of, dirty things that's been laying that's real deep down in you. And now you're pouring love and peace and dirty things that's been laying that's real deep down in you. And now you're pouring love and peace and joy and clear water. It's causing the dirt to cook, all of the impurities to come on up out of you. The more you keep pouring love and joy and peace and hope and understanding and compassion, you keep pouring that into you. Keep pouring that into you. Next thing you know, that's all you are. That's all you are. Yes. Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. We definitely enjoyed you on today. Keep pouring into yourself. Keep pouring in. Yes, free game. That used to be, that was my focus too when I first came into the law of attraction. The whole, in the beginning, it made you question if you had enough, like, oh, let me try to prove how, powerful I am. Let me see if I can manifest this amount of money or manifest this type of thing or manifest this, right? It had you on the mindset of almost trying to chase things and chase things and chase things. Oh, hello, Harper. Welcome. Yep. And I had to change that mindset. Change that mindset. Recognize there's nothing, I don't lack anything. I already possess all things. Thank you, Harper. And once I get off the mindset of chasing or trying to get something, man, my world definitely took on a different trajectory. Because you think in the beginning that everybody is saying the same thing, right? That everyone is saying, but everybody's not saying the same thing. Some people do still have you looking outside of you. Some people still are looking for you to seek validation out there. This is why you're broke. And in their mind, if you ain't got, $10 million in your bank account, you broke. If you ain't, if you don't have, a 10,000 square foot home and got a Lamborghini in your garage, you're broke. And you have to come out of that mindset of thinking that things represents wealth. When the true wealth is knowing who you are and knowing that, yes, if you so desired, you really could have those things. And in their due time, which is anytime, not saying that you can't have it and that you shouldn't be rich, and not speaking against money, because yes, in this world, we have decided that money is something that we use as a form of exchange to get the things that we want. but it's about recognizing that you already are it and then allowing it to come to you. But we're so busy trying to, well, what can I do? What do I do? What do I do? Don't I have to do something to get it? What do I do? What do I do? When it's not about what you do, it's about who you say you are. It's about being. It's about being that person, being the wealthy person, being the rich person. What does that look like? Like what does that look like to you? How does your world look different now that you are it? How do you see your world in respect to that version of you that says, I am that? I am the multimillionaire, or I am, I own so many businesses, or, I have established a family trust where everyone in the family draws money off of this trust, or whatever it is that you want. Because I understand not everybody's looking to be multi-million-dollar rich, right? Some people just want the ease of life, simple life, to just know that they can go wherever they want to go, whenever they feel like it, travel, go out to dinner, have, can pay all of their obligations with ease, not struggling, no stress, peace, calmness, relaxation. That's why it's so important that we figure out what wealth means to us and not so much how the world has defined it, right? Like, really, and if wealth to you means billion-dollar rich, then lean into that. Be that person. What does your world look like? And enjoy getting there, right? Enjoy getting to the billions. Don't wake up every moment talking about man, I said I want to be a billionaire 6 months ago. How come it ain't happened yet? Oh my goodness. I said I was going to be a billionaire, 2 years ago. Where is it? The reason why it's not there is because you're complaining about it not being there. You don't even see yourself as already having it, because if you saw yourself as already having it, you wouldn't be questioning where is it. Affirmation, scripting, watching tarot vids, all that, but not having, embodying. Yep. Say those who have no money. Yep. Come, eat, drink without price. Yep. Hey, Joy. Say yes, ease. Someone tell me what that feels like. Ease is relaxation, right? Ease is a calmness. Ease is relaxation, right? Ease is a calmness. Ease is no worry, right? You're not trying to figure anything out. You're not trying to figure anything out. You're not trying to do anything now that you are that person. Yes, like freedom. Oh, really, El Glaze? Wow. Hey, Elizabeth. Oh, all right, free game. Thanks for dropping in. Yep, confident in yourself. Yep. Ease feels calm, like that feeling you get when you first wake up and know you have nothing to do all day. Yep. It really is a relaxed mindset. That's what it is. Peace. Yep. That's what, yep. That's what it is. Yeah, so when scripture says take no thought for tomorrow, right? It really means not to worry. You don't have to think about what to do or how to be or how it's all going to happen. Your only focus is to be still and know. You're only supposed to be still and know. You're only supposed to be practicing stillness, beingness, understanding your spiritual being, not a human. Trying to figure out what to do, what to do, what to do. There's nothing to do. There's only to be. Any action you take will be natural. What to do, what to do, what to do. There's nothing to do. There's only to be. Any action you take will be natural because it will be based off of who you are. It's about who you are. You'll always take actions based off who you are. So because if you say I'm I have a certain type of, weight, right, that you desire to get to, and you feel and you fully accepted that you are now this new weight, you will naturally do things that confirm your weight. So whether for you it may be you may get an inclination to want to join a gym membership, or you may get a private weight trainer, or you may get a private weight trainer, or you may decide to take up Pilates, or you may notice that your diet has changed significantly, or you may just one day wake up and be like, oh man, I have to get smaller jeans or smaller shirts because I've lost about 20 pounds and I don't know where the weight went. It just fell off of me, and people are telling you how amazing you look and like, oh my goodness, what did you do? How did you lose the weight? And you're like, I don't know. I just started loving myself. I just started loving my body. I just started telling my body, you're awesome. I love the way you look now. And I just started, you're like, I don't know. I just started loving myself. I just started loving my body. I just started telling my body, you're awesome. I love the way you look now. And I just started, doing all these when I have no idea how, because there is no one way to your goal. These when I have no idea how, because there is no one way to your goal, to you actualizing or expressing that which you are. That's why you don't have to go ask nobody else, well, what did you do? How did you lose the weight? Or what did you do? How did you get the wealth? Or what did you do? How did you get the SP? That's what they did. It's not necessarily what's going to happen for you. Consciousness is not limited to one way. Its ways for you is past finding out. Yep, watching the ocean flow without effort helps put me. Oh, that's beautiful, Dominique. Yes. So I lost over 100 pounds that way. Yup. There you go, Elizabeth. Yup. So this works without working out. Yep. See, Elizabeth said, and she got her SP too. Yes, my daughter, she lost about 25 pounds. She didn't do no exercise. She didn't do any exercise. And my cousins and my sister was asking, girl, what you do? What you do? But she was like, I just decided that I was going to be a certain weight. And she was like, My sister was like, I know you love Reese's. I bet you stop eating Reese's. I bet you stop eating, your different snacks. She was like, you love Reese's. I bet you stop eating Reese's. I bet you stop eating, your different snacks. She was like, I most certainly did. She said, I most certainly did eat Reese's. And I love Reese's. And my mom, I would go to my mom's house and she would have all kind of snacks. And I would eat her snacks. She was like, she couldn't tell them what happened other than she decided that she was that weight. Yep. See, I didn't diet at all, just intermediate fasting. And that's what was necessary for Elizabeth. Your journey may be totally different. That's it. Change my mindset. Yes, I've been doing it a lot lately. The weight is gone. I believe. There you go. Yep. You just got to remind yourself, anytime the thought about your body, the fit, your weight, how it looks when it comes up, just give thanks for it, right? Just say, "Oh, I love the way it looks. Oh, I feel so good. Oh, I love the way it looks." It don't have to be no long conversation, a long dissertation. Just acknowledge, when the thought about weight or the shape of your body, long conversation, a long dissertation. Just acknowledge, when the thought about weight or the shape of your body comes up, just tell yourself how you love it, how you're accepting of it, you appreciate it. Yep, so I lost weight the same way, no gym, no changes in diet. Yep. Yep, just let go of the things that caused me to not love myself as I am. That's it. Just let go. Not love myself as I am. That's it. Just let go. This is what it means that you don't worry about the how. Just living in the end. See yourself as already being that which you desire to be. That's it. You're just supposed to practice being. We're just supposed to practice being. That's it. You practice it in your mind, through your conversations, through your meditations, through your affirmations, and whatever techniques you're employing to use, right? Whatever you decide is going to convince you, because it's just all about convincing you that you already are that person. Yes, Jasmine. I know that's right. Yep. Yeah, acceptance, allowing really is here. Yep, you just got to decide. That's it. You just got to make the choice and remain faithful to it. Don't be double-minded. Don't go back and forth. Decide. That's it. You just got to make the choice and remain faithful to it. Don't be double-minded. Don't go back and forth. Just remain faithful to it. That's really it. I know we want it to be more complicated than that. We think it should be more than that. But it really is about your thoughts about you. It really is your mindset. Once you change your mindset, your world really does change. And you just have to decide how you're going to talk to yourself, how you're going to embody this state. You want to embody it. No more questioning. No more trying to look and see what's happening. Remain faithful. Trust that it's already done. Trust it's already so. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. Yourself. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go and prepare a place for you, that where I am, that where you may be also. Right? And I will receive you unto myself, right? So you already imagine the end. You already see yourself as having the body you receive you unto myself, right? So you already imagine the end. You already see yourself as having the body you desire. Remain faithful to that. Talk to yourself as though it's already a thing. See yourself, hear someone congratulate, oh my goodness, girl, you look so good, or, or just keep telling yourself, oh, I'm so thankful for my body. I love the size I am. Oh, I love the way my clothes fit on me. I appreciate me. Validate yourself. Hey, Joe, welcome. Hey, Big E. Yes, my prayer is recognition, acknowledgement. That's how I pray. My prayer is giving thanks. My prayer is how I talk to myself. That's my prayer. Yep. No more judgment or attachment to the outcome. Because you already know the outcome. You already know the outcome. You've seen the end of the movie. You wrote the script. You already know how the story ends. You wrote it. You decided, I wanted that job. Or I wanted a new job. Or I wanted a higher. You wrote it. You decided, I wanted that job. Or I wanted a new job. Or I wanted a higher paying job. Or I wanted a particular type of career. Or I want to be married. Or I want to be in a loving relationship. I want to learn how to cook. I want to learn how to drive. I want to learn how to invest. I want to own my own home. Whatever it is. You're supposed to go to the end and see yourself how to invest. I want to own my own home. Whatever it is. You're supposed to go to the end and see yourself doing it. The middle is supposed to pay attention to the details. You're only supposed to pay attention to the end. See the end of the movie. The romantic comedies, the rom-coms, right? The boy always gets the girl, right? The awkward girl gets the leading man, or the awkward boy gets the leading girl. You know, they get fixed up, they get, you know, they change their outer appearance, and then they eventually, the person sees the inner, right? Movies are funny. They change the outer so the person can appreciate the inner. Isn't that funny? When it's actually, you change the inner and then you can appreciate the outer. So I heal IBS by not giving food ooh, yes, I just enjoy eating. It's just energy and generates life. Ooh, yes, yes. Yes, hey neighbor. Yep, change mindset. That's the only healing. That's how you transform. You're only transformed by renewing your mindset. That's the only way you can be changed. That's the only way you can be transformed. That's it. I know we want tricks and gimmicks, but it's just really... I know we want tricks and gimmicks, but it's just really paying attention to how you talk to yourself. That inner conversation. How do you go to sleep at night? Right? Learning revision. Learning that you don't have to accept any experience. You do get to change it. You do get to change it. Forgiveness. Forget. You got to let go. You got to let go of the past. You got to let go of the hurt. You got to let go of, the guilt and the shame. You got to move past that state and now just live in your God state. Live in a state of knowing. Live in a state of trusting. Live in a state of acceptance. Live in a state of faith. Because without faith, it is impossible. So you want to move from desiring to being. The end of having is being. In order to have, you must be. You must be the person who has it. Focus on being. Who do you say I am? I am love. I am joy. I am peace. I am prospered. I am successful in everything I do. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wise. Every decision. I can't make mistakes. I can't get this wrong. I can't mess it up. No, I do not. I do not go to church. Say, do you? Stop giving your power away with doubt and fear. That's it. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Believe in you. Trust in you. Trust in your thoughts. Oh, what movie were you watching, all love? So you didn't like it, huh? This is really your world. The opposite of short. That's the name of the movie. We are the power, right? We are the power. We have more power than we ever thought because we are the power. We all this time we thought something else outside of us was granting or not granting our request. When the whole time, the only reason why we weren't getting our prayers answered is because we didn't believe in it. And we were operating from that double mindset, right? We were being double-minded. One day we talking, oh yes, I could see it. And then the next day, I don't know how it's going to happen. Oh my goodness. Then the next day, then the next day, you keep going back and forth. You got to decide and remain faithful to it. Oh, they keep filtering the, oh, got you. Oh, okay. Interesting. You see how did I find out all this info? Reading books and meditation. I read books, watched videos. I did the very thing the church told me not to do. Read something other than the Bible. I remember when I was in church, they used to tell you, don't read anything outside of Scripture. Because anything else outside of Scripture is demonic. And it's going to lead you away from God. When the whole time, it actually led me to God, which is myself. I came to realize that church was keeping me from my true knowledge of self. Realizing that I am my own Savior. There is no other God outside of me. The I am. The mind. The creative power in man is the mind. And that's what the Bible is talking about all along. The Bible is our own autobiography. The Bible is a psychological drama. It is metaphysical, esoteric knowledge. It was never meant to be taken literal. It was meant to be taken psychologically. So I studied a lot of metaphysicians. Neville Goddard, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Florence Scovel Shinn, Genevieve Brehan, Catherine Ponder, Ernest Holmes, Emma Fox, Waddles. I read a lot of different books. Abraham Hicks. I've read a lot of different authors. Really? I don't know, because my it says good connection unless I leave and come back in. Is everybody buffering? Hello, Rashid. Oh, nice. So I'm good now? Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, Rashid. Thank you. That's what they like to tell us. Every once in a while they come and tell us they got some artifacts. Every once in a while. But we know, according to Scripture, Jesus is not buried. So I feel like I manifested all of this because I've always been into metaphysics and manifestation. I started school and found out they had a cognitive philosophy group. Ooh. Okay, it's good now. Okay. Oh, thank you, Rashid. So their first discussion was on quantum physics and manifestation. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I've been hearing a lot of people say that they're finding these classes in school. That is amazing. So yeah, I don't get into the science part of it, the quantum physics of it. You know, I've listened to videos regarding it, but that's not where the road or the path I'm being led down. I know that we're using different terminology, and a lot of times we like science to confirm God, but science will never confirm God. God confirms science. Consciousness confirms science. Science will never confirm God or consciousness, because consciousness was way before science ever came into experience. Now, we can say that they work together, but it's like we're always looking for something outside to confirm that's which is within, from within. And if I know a thing to be true, I could care less what science think, because we only say what we believe based on our own personal experience, right? We only say that we know a thing based off experience. That's why for a lot of people, this teaching sounds woo-woo, because people were never really taught how to have faith, right? Even our religious organizations, they really don't teach faith. They teach fear. They don't teach faith. And so when people see things in your life start to change and start to take shape and start to take form from what it used to look like, they're always going to point to something you did on the outside and said, that's why you got what you got. That's why you're the person you are. Because they're going to look at the outer, the external, and say, well, isn't it because you met so-and-so and they had they had the network? Or isn't it because, I saw the work you did. I saw you did this. I saw you put all this time in and this effort in, and I saw you do these things. Not understanding that the only reason why you did any of that was because of your mind. Because of your mindset. It was the way you were thinking that caused you to take the actions you took. Had you kept the same mindset, you would have never experienced the things you're experiencing. Oh, thank you, Paris. Thank you. See, that's so frustrating. So I'm in school to become a psychotherapist. I hope to one day combine all of this info into. Oh, that's beautiful, Angex. That's beautiful. That's amazing. Yes. Yes, a lot of psychologists implemented, these truths, understanding the laws of mind. You hear it throughout history, That's when they said it was back in the late 1800s, it was a Paris school of psychology that came to a realization. They did a study and showed that too much effort produces the opposite result. They call it the law of reversibility, or the law of so they come to realize that when you desire something, or you're desiring to experience a certain thing, and you put too much effort toward making that thing happen, you end up getting the opposite of what you desired. So Neville Goddard and Dr. Joseph Murphy, they both talked about it in their books and in their writings. Because it was funny. I was like, oh, I think Neville talks about it. What book was that? Is it The Power of Your Awareness? Can't remember. It's in one of his books. And then I was reading a book by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Dr. Joseph Murphy gave more reference about it. He said specifically who had the study, where the study was. Neville Goddard just mentions it in his book, but he doesn't say what school or what time and all. He didn't give as much information as Dr. Joseph Murphy did. Because we know both of them were students of Abdullah. So, yep. Say, I'm like, don't contribute my hard work to me falling in love with someone else. I love self first. I know that's right. Say, when I look back over my life, I realize now that it was my thoughts. Yep. The spirit animated me into the experience. Yep. I believe it was a psychology school in Paris in the late 1800s. I don't remember any more details than that. And Dr. Joseph Murphy didn't give it, but Neville Goddard called it the law of reversibility. You could probably look that up. It's in one of his books. I think it's in the book of The Power of Awareness. I think that's where, but it's a chapter in his book that he calls it the law of reversibility. When if you put too much effort towards a thing, you actually get the opposite result. That's why you hear a lot of people saying, I was doing this, and it got worse. Right? You hear people say that, right? You hear people say that. I was doing all this work, I was putting all this effort, I was doing all of this, I was trying, and it got worse. Too much effort. You're supposed to surrender. Consciousness likes ease and effortlessness. It doesn't want to be forced or backed into a corner. It's going to give you the opposite because your force or your effort is telling yourself that you don't have it. You're trying to make it so when consciousness is saying, I got you, it's already so. But the more you force and push against, you're telling yourself it's not a thing. I can't have it. It's not mine. So you end up getting the opposite results. Life is never meant to be a struggle. Life is a surrender. And so you gotta learn to do less. Once you get your mind right, you'll find that you won't have to do as much as you thought. You're going to come to the realization. It may get even scary of how easy it gets, how easy it is. You hear a lot of people say that, right? Oh my goodness, it's just so easy. It's almost scary, right? Because we were told we had to work for it. And then we stopped working for it and we just start getting the mind right. And then stuff just start coming into our experience and it just starts being effortless. We think something wrong. We think, oh, wait a minute. This is a little too easy. Wait, what's going on? Then we start questioning if we're worthy of it because we don't even have to work for it that hard no more. And we start wondering if we're deserving of it because we didn't have to put a whole lot of effort because the world told you you can only appreciate things that you work for. You'll never appreciate things that are just given to you, right? That's what the world tells you. So when stuff just starts being given to you and you're not used to it, you start to question it. And you start to be like, oh my goodness, is this real? Should this be happening? I thought I had to work for everything. Why is everything coming so easily? Why is everything coming so, right? So I'm trying to work this into not getting so, Yeah, and the only reason I noticed that, Phoenix, and I noticed that came from that control mechanism. You think being a parent, we think we're supposed to control aspects of our lives, especially of our children's lives. And so that's something I had to also transform my thinking about. Stop thinking that my children have to think and act a certain type of way in order for me not to be irritated or frustrated with them. I had to learn that they are okay just the way they are, and they're not going to think and act and do things the way I would. because they are also consciousness having an individualized experience, and they came here to experience this plane just like I did. And I'm just going to trust that divine mind that leads and guides me is also leading and guiding them, and they have their own journey and path just as I do. Oh, okay. Hey, affirmations. Yep, learn to pick my battles and not everything is an issue. Yep. Yeah, I had to realize that there's not even any battles to fight. There aren't, we don't, like, our world is not a battlefield, it's a garden, right? It really is perspective. Life truly is a perspective. It's how are you perceiving it? Because it's how you're perceiving it is how you're going to experience it. And so if you're perceiving it in a certain type of way, that's how you're going to experience. And if you think your children have to act a certain way in order for you to be happy, then yes, you're going to be frustrated a lot. You're absolutely going to be frustrated a lot if you think your children have to act and behave a certain way. You know. Yep. No struggle. It's not real. Yep. Yeah, because I mean, I used to come from that old school mentality, you know, when dealing with children, about children being respectful and children, you know, minding their manners, and children being hard-headed and all of that, those concepts that was ingrained in me as a child, and then I carried that forward with my children. But then when I came into the knowledge of truth, I realized I had to let go of all of that way of thinking, because that simply doesn't apply in love. And just have to, it's really learning to trust infinite mind, infinite intelligence, and recognizing that God is love. And we weren't told that God was love. We were told God was love, but that love was very diluted and thwarted and inverted, and it was conditional. Like, he only loved you if you like acted a certain way and did certain things and said certain things and thought certain things. And it's just like, we come to the realization that's not what this life force is. The life force isn't even judging us. That we were judging us, and we were creating all of these pitfalls for ourselves based on our own thinking. Yep. Right. So it was a whole lot of confusion. And so you just didn't understand, like, which way to go, which way to turn, how to be, how to act. But now you understand that love is unconditional, and that no one is judging us but ourselves. We're the only ones judging us. So we just need to stop learning. We just got to stop judging ourselves. There's no reason to judge ourselves. Absolutely no reason. There's no wrong or right. There's no good or bad. Only thinking makes it so. Yeah, so unlearn to remember. Yep. Forget in order to remember. You got to forget the old and remember who you are. Forget all that who you were told. Forget that you were ever. Forget all about it and remember who you are. Remember that you are the I am. You created all of this just for the experience, and now you get to bring heaven down to earth. Right. Yes, And Judgment Day is every day. Every day you experience your thoughts. That is your Judgment Day. Ain't that something? Now you realize that every day you experience your thoughts, and that is your Judgment Day. There's no great judgment at the end of this life, because there is no end of life, right? Life is eternal. There is no end to life. Hey, Teresa. I thought that you get your blessings if you... Right. I was too. Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. When it all starts to make sense and you start to like really, be easy with yourself. I did like when Abraham Hicks would say to be easy with yourself, learning to be easy with yourself. We got to learn how to be easy with ourselves. Take the pressure off. Take the stress off. It's okay. Life's supposed to be a joy. You're supposed to be having fun. You're not supposed to be taking this life too seriously. Not now that you know that life is eternal. There's no great judgment. No one is judging you. You're only judging you, right? You can't get it wrong. You can only get it right. There's only love. There's only light. It's like, okay, let me see what I can create now. What can I bring into my experience? What is it that I want to have in my life? Now that's all it should be. What is it that I want to experience? Let me teach myself how to believe in myself, to trust in myself, to have deep convictions of the things I want to see for myself. That's really it. Now you're just learning to trust you. Now you have to learn to trust you. To trust you, not other people. This is not about trusting other people. This is truly about trusting you. Because the people are just reflecting you. So you don't got to worry about them. You just have to worry about you. Decide what you want to see. Decide what you want to believe. And then you see all the great, wonderful people. Because when you really think about it, when you go out into the world, most people are really friendly, nice, giving, sharing, right? Especially when you're in a nice, giving, sharing mindset. You're going to see that. You're going to see the kindness, the people that want to, oh, no, you first. Oh, no, you first. Oh, your waiters and waitresses are just so wonderful. Oh, the people you're driving. Oh, when you're on the road with them, everybody letting you in and ain't nobody trying to cut you off. Like, life just gets so smooth and easy. And you're like, oh, my goodness. Only because you decided to think differently about it. Only because you decided to think differently. Then your world starts to show you, see what happens when you change your mindset? See what happens? See all the beautiful, wonderful people you see? Because you decided to think differently about your world? Because you decided to think differently about you?